Buying a property is a big investment and one that comes with a whole set of additional costs. One of those costs is, of course, transfer duty, which is a tax levied on the property transaction in most countries around the world, including South Africa. So in this talking point, we'll be taking a closer look at the transfer duties and what you need to know when you are purchasing a property. So as you may know, in South Africa, transfer duties can be quite a significant expense, often amounting to hundreds of thousands of rand. And yet it's often a cost that's overlooked by many buyers who are focused on the purchase price of the property itself. So in this video, we'll be examining what transfer duties are and how they can impact your property purchase. We're also going to be exploring some of the ways that you can potentially reduce your transfer duty liability, including exemptions and concessions that may be available to certain buyers. So whether you're a first-time buyer or an experienced investor, understanding these transfer duties is an important part of any property purchase process. And here at the Wealth Masters, we focus heavily on using property as an investment tool. So you need to watch out for this. And joining us today to take a deep dive into the transfer duties and what they mean for property purchases is the General Manager of Destinata Properties, Emile Grobbelaar. So Emile, thank you so much once again for taking the time to join us.
Hello, Damien. Thank you. Only a pleasure.
Now, Emile, it might seem like a very simple question, but for those who may not know, what is transfer duty?
Yeah, Damien, well, it's not that simple. A lot of people confuse transfer duty with transfer costs. Transfer duty forms part of the transfer costs or registration costs of a property. The registration cost of a property is what you pay the attorney to register the property on your name, and the transfer duty part of it is going to our government. So like you previously said, it is a tax levy. So transfer duty is purely for the government and transfer cost is purely for the attorney.
Emile, let's look at the article that you wrote last week. Why is it that the raising of the threshold is so important, and why are the Wealth Masters Club members making such a fuss about transfer duty and advising to buy below that threshold?
I mean, because we do investment property, that is our speciality, and we want to build portfolios. So return on investment plays a big role, and therefore the cost of purchasing a property determines your return on investment as well. So if you need to pay transfer duty on top of the purchase price, it raises your cost. In other words, your return on investment is being impacted negatively. So that is why we always look at it and try and buy below that mark. And also we make a distinction between your second-hand property, which are your positive cash flow properties. So the biggest impact on those types of purchases.
Now, you mentioned sort of new and second-hand properties. Is transfer duty applicable to all sorts of properties when you have a transaction?
Yes, all types of properties. Doesn't matter whether it's commercial, industrial, residential, but not with new developments. So it's pertaining to second-hand properties that you are buying.
So, Emile, I think a lot of people might get confused here with, the difference between new developments, secondhand. What does it mean? So can you just give us a little bit of an understanding of what is a new development and why these costs do not apply to new developments?
New developments, obviously, you buy directly from the developer. So you are the very first owner. Second-hand properties, you buy in the open market from a current seller, private seller. The reason why transfer duty is not applicable to new developments are because obviously the size and value of the development is well above the VAT threshold. So the developer is VAT registered, and therefore transfer duty is not applicable when you buy from them. Doesn't matter what price it is, it can be 5 million rand as well.
And then while we're on that topic, what about all the other types of transactions? Can you just give us a little bit more information there?
I mean, the other types of transactions where property is in question is basically, when you buy a going concern, a property with a going concern, and maybe a company that only holds properties as assets. So a going concern, it can be transfer duty applicable, but sometimes it's not, and that is also in relation to VAT. So if the seller and the purchaser are both VAT registered, then it's zero VAT rated and transfer duty is applicable. Or if one of the parties are not VAT registered, then transfer duty will be paid. So on the other transaction, where you buy the shares of a company and they have property assets, then SARS will definitely levy the transfer duty on that. So it never used to be like that. I'm talking quite a few years ago. And they changed that because they obviously saw that they're missing out on money there. So that changed. So if you buy the shares of a company and there's properties as part of the purchase, then you will pay transfer duty on that as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Emile. And for you guys at home, thanks for watching this short video. We hope you found the information valuable and informative. But if you did enjoy what you saw in this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Also, we've got some exciting news to share with you. We are offering a free online training that'll teach you how to become a successful property investor. Now, what we do is we look at different principles using specialized trust and buying the right properties at the right time at the right place. So this training is packed with valuable insights and practical tips on how you can achieve your property investment goals. So to access that training, simply click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to our landing page where you can register and view the training straight away for the next 48 hours. And that's it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you all in the next talking point. And Emile, thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate it.
This is Damien. Keep well. Bye-bye.